Hey everyone, how are you? Happy Friday, happy day 5. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Check it out. I am at West Wittering Beach. I'm going to move in a second. I'm just going to wait for you to hop on. And then I'm going to pull up a pew. Let me know how you are. Let me know where you're at. Boopy doopy doopy doo. Boopy doopy doopy doo. Soapy! Yeah, me too. I love the beach. So I came to a British beach literally like last weekend for the first time. It was probably the first time I'd been to a British beach in a long time, in probably about 4 years or so. And I was like, this is everything. This is everything. And so now I'm kind of come to a beach again because I'm just like, let's just come to the beach every week. I think it's a new thing. All right. So I'm going to pull up a pew on the sand. And if you can you see the water through there? That's the ocean. Alright, Nancy says in bed resting but getting stronger every day. I am so happy to hear that you're getting stronger every day. I'm so sorry that you were sick. Ruth says, oh, that's where we wanted to go but no parking last week. Yeah, so you book on the app. I think it's the Just Park app, and you can book the day before. In fact, you can book sooner than the day before. You can book like a week before if there's space. And yeah, bish bash bosh. So let me know, how have the last few days been for you in your business? What's been happening? Any breakthroughs? Any challenges? Oh, lots of wind. Hard to hear, wind blowing. Okay. Let me know if this is any better. Let me know if this is any better. If not, I'll hop back in the car. Best beach apparently. Yeah, I mean, I've got my sand. And if you can see this, but I've got my toes in the sand. And it's lovely sand. Let me know if the sound is okay. If the wind is bothering you, I shall get back in the car. Andrea has given a thumbs up. Fantastic. Okay. So there's a couple of things that I really want to draw your attention to today. And one is your overall sales process. So literally from the moment that someone is interested in your business, interested in your offerings, what journey? Sophie says grounding. Yeah. Love toes in the sand. It's the best, isn't it? From the moment that they are interested in your business, maybe they hear about it through word of mouth, maybe they Google, maybe they see an ad somewhere, maybe they see one of your Facebook posts, maybe they meet you in person. From the moment that they're interested, what is the journey that they go on? Yeah, do they hit your website? Do they hit your social media channel? And what can you do? What can you do to make that journey easier for them? And what can you do to make that journey easier for you? And what can you do to increase conversions from that journey? So one example is, even if you don't have a website currently, if you have a Facebook business page, you can actually enable in your Facebook business page, you can enable for people to book a call with you directly from that page. It's a relatively new feature. And they can literally see your availability in their calendar and they can book straight from that page. You can also, on Facebook, if it's aligned for your business, you can detail your individual offerings. Like you can have basically a price list on a Facebook business page. So people can see before they even inquire whether the pricing is going to be something that's aligned for them and aligned with what they're looking to invest. Okay. Another example, a lot of people are doing this right now, is adding ManyChat to their website. Adding ManyChat to their website. And so what happens is then when you go to a website that has ManyChat installed, it pops up with a little Facebook logo. And there's the option to message the business directly. And that message will go through to their Facebook business page or go through to your Facebook business page. And that makes a big difference. And you can leave a custom message there. Like, hey, so excited that you're here. Let me know if you have any questions for me. And then what they do is they will click on that button. It will take them through to Messenger and they can message you directly. And that's super beneficial because then you have that direct line to them going forward. Sophie says, do you put the pricing, Jaimie Sarah? I personally don't put the pricing. I have there's an option. There's an option where you choose like the number of dollar signs or the number of pound signs, and that kind of corresponds to your pricing. So the idea is if there's £1 sign, it's super cheap. If there's £2 signs, less so. £3 signs, £4 signs, £5 signs, so on. I don't have pricing on there because I have a range of offerings that, start from anything from like £97 up to, 40, 50k. So I don't. But if your offerings are simpler, then it may make perfect sense to add them on there. And I think one of the things I really want you all to take away from this week is this is all about what's aligned for you and your business. There is no one right way to do things. And it kind of pees me off. Nancy's giving me eyes. I don't know what that means. It kind of pees me off because actually, there are things that I've learned about sales. There are things that I've learned about marketing that I can teach you and I can share with you. And I can say, here's what I've learned and here's what I recommend. And, here are things that other clients have used that have worked. But ultimately, you need to decide what's right for your business. Whether it's what I suggested with some minor tweaks, whether it's exactly what I suggested, whether it's going, actually I'll pass on that, but I'll take this. And I think that's incredibly important. And it kind of pees me off how many people are out there being like, the one secret to thriving in business. Like in the promos for this week, I think I said like the number one thing to do to reduce time wasters. To reduce like getting on the phone with time wasters, and that's we covered that a couple of days ago, and that's having a form with clear questions that people have to fill in before they can book a call with you. I also said the number one most important thing to reduce refund requests and drop-offs, and again we covered that yesterday. And that was a combination of making sure that you're really, really clear what the individual wants and needs and what their goals are, making sure that you really understand them and that they also feel understood. That's a big one. And then also only recommending your offerings if you know that they're a match for that. Yeah? Not just being like, oh, well, they've got money, so might as well. Yeah. So we covered that as well. But those are genuine, real ways to move things forward. So like I said, the first thing I want you to think about is what is the process that people are going through from, that point of initial interest through to signing on the dotted line or through to transferring money to you via PayPal. For signing paperwork, I really recommend, so you should all have clear client agreements or client contracts, whatever that looks like, and I really recommend using DocuSign, DocuSign. And so what happens in DocuSign is you or one of your team edit the document, personalized to that customer, that client, and then you upload it, and then you select where the person needs to sign and where you need to sign, and then it's all automated digitally. So never again do you have to worry about someone saying, oh, my printer's not working, or oh yeah, I printed it but I need to scan it, or oh, I don't have a scanner. You don't have to worry about that if you have DocuSign. Similarly with payments, like we covered earlier in the week, I highly recommend PayPal. Yes, there are fees attached, but it's worth it because people will pay you faster and people will pay you with a greater sense of confidence and security because they know that PayPal has got their back, just like PayPal has also got your back. Nancy says programs, packages past 40 to 50k is amazing, Jaimie. Yeah, I mean that's to work with me super intensively for a year or longer, right? And when you work with me super intensively for a year, it's really, really amazing. It's amazing what you can create when we work together intensively for a year. We literally look at every single aspect of your business. We look at every aspect of your mindset. I have a few people who have just done 1 year programs and either just renewed or they're just about to renew, because we've done so much and they want to do more work together, right? They've achieved certain things and now they want to achieve additional things and extra things, and that's awesome because we've already got that foundation there and I already know them inside out, and there's already that trust and that affinity and that understanding, right? So any questions? Do you have any questions at all? Any questions? And if you want to share what your sales process looks like, so hits my website, clicks Calendly link. So on your website, if you're going to use Calendly, I recommend embedding Calendly onto your website. So if you go on my website, Calendly is embedded. So it's on the right and it's at the bottom of every single page. So you can instantly see my availability and book a call straight away. Yeah, the more prominent it is, the more conversions you're going to get, the more call bookings you're going to get, and then the more call bookings you get, the more likelihood you have of really soul-aligned clients coming through, and then having the opportunity to work with them. Can you get back to making it easier? Do you mean DocuSign, tools like Calendly, etc.? Yeah, totally. So DocuSign, I recommend DocuSign for contracts or agreements because it's all signed digitally, so you don't have to worry about printing, scanning, etc. So the client or the customer will receive the contract via email, and then they'll receive an email from DocuSign, they'll click that link, they will sign digitally, and it's binding, and you'll do the same thing. So much easier. Calendly, again, makes it super easy to book a call, also makes it super easy to ask the questions that you really need to ask to make sure before that call is going to happen that there's a good chance that there's going to be some kind of fit, right? You can't know with 100% certainty, but if you've got good qualifying questions in that initial call form, or if you've got good qualifying questions that you ask people when they message you or email you, then again, it's just going to make everything easier, because you're not going to get on the phone with people who are like, I think I might possibly be interested, but I'm not quite sure, and I'm not really committed, and I don't really want to spend any money. Because those people, it's just demoralizing if you get on the phone with someone who's not actually committed to the outcome that you can help them get through your offerings. Sorry, how to communicate. I thought you meant about something other than tools. Oh, okay. Now in terms of email, I recommend Gmail for Business, super good. I recommend Google Calendar. I personally always send a calendar invite to a client for any call or any in-person meeting. I also send for my mastermind people, I send a recurring calendar invite for those calls. And that does a few things, right? One is you're reducing the administrative load on their side, so they're not having to duplicate effort when you might already be putting it in your calendar anyway. The second thing it achieves is it avoids any confusion around time zones. So if the time zone doesn't work for someone, or if the time zone's just changed or whatever, then they will spot that in their calendar beforehand, and then you can deal with that ahead of time. It just avoids a lot of confusion, and of course it also avoids people accidentally forgetting that they have a call or a meeting or a session with you. Andrew says, so when to ask the question about budget, how do you word it? So I recommend that that's in your Calendly form. All of you, if you want to, you can go to jaimiesarah.com, click on the link to book a call, and you will see what my questions look like. What's your budget to achieve your goals? Yeah, totally. Or, how much are you ready and willing to invest to achieve X? X being the outcome that you uniquely provide. How much are you ready and willing to invest to achieve X? Now, I recommend, you can leave it blank, but I recommend that you have, I forget what the name is. There's a particular name that they're called. I recommend you have like the, I think they're called like radars or something. Anyway, you have options, so it's multiple choice, and so the first option might be like, £100 to £500, for example. It all depends on what your lowest and highest offering is. Second option might be 1,500 to 3,000, and then the third option might be 3,000 to 6,000, and then the fourth option might be £6,000 plus or dollars. Yeah. You want to make those prices aligned with what your cheapest and most expensive offering is, okay? And so if, let's say, you only want to get on the phone with someone who's interested in a higher end offering, like I generally wouldn't get on the phone with someone who just wants to buy a home study program. But like I said the other day, there will be some exceptions. So for me, like the lowest option that someone can tick is, I think, is like 3,000 to 6,000, because that's how much the other stuff starts at, like the more intimate, be it my mastermind or be it one-to-one, starts at. If pricing is relatively simple, do you think it's a good idea to tell the prospective clients in advance? Say on Facebook business page, I get the impression that we should not risk losing a client by telling them the price in advance, but coach them first in an enrollment call and take them to a breakthrough, then they're more likely to want to enroll. Yeah, so my personal feelings, and I've tested a whole multitude of different things, are that it's a good idea for them to be aware of the pricing range before they book a call with you. So on your business page, it might say like pricing for one-to-one coaching starts at, Y amount, but then the specific price that you give them should be something that they only get at the end of the call, because it will be for something that is very much tailored to their needs. I personally don't recommend that like the one thing that you pitch on an initial call is a 3-month one-to-one program or nothing. I recommend you have a few different options and you give that individual an option based on what you feel is going to be the best fit for them, and also the information you have about their goals and about their budget, how much they want to invest. So that's my recommendation. And then, like I said yesterday, that you give them at least 2 options. So you might say, based on what we've discussed, based on your goals, my recommendation would be that we work together for, between 3 and 6 months. A 3-month program is this much, a 6-month program is this much. What are your thoughts on the matter? And then they'll pick one or the other, or they'll say, let me think about it. Yeah. Now, the only exception to this is if you have something like a one-off call with you. If you have something like a one-off call with you, that is an insanely no-brainer investment. So let's say you have like a half an hour call with you that's £97, or you have a half an hour call with you that's £47, or a half an hour call with you that's £147 or whatever, yeah? And that can work really, really, really well, because some people, if you have a free call, they'll assume that the free call is not very good. Whereas if they're paying £47 or £97, they will assume that there's value there. And especially if you've clearly articulated, hey, in a 30-minute call with me, we will zoom in and clear at least one unconscious block. I'm using Sophie as an example here because she's doing hypno sessions. We will zoom in and clear at least one subconscious block that will free you up to move forward. Yeah? Something like that can work incredibly well as a taster session that's not necessarily priced at the same level as your normal sessions, but it's a win-win because you get to help them, they get to experience you, and especially for some buyers who might be more nervous, they may want to start with a taster and go from there. They want to try before they buy. Now, if for you don't want to have a try before you buy option, or a buy but very excessively first option, that's fine. That's your choice. I do recommend having one, but again, that's your choice. Alexandra is here. Welcome. Sophie says thanks for the recommendations, you're so welcome. Andrea says Google is great. Yep. If you haven't got a Google Places thing, so when you search for your business name, it gives the address and the phone number and the website, and somebody can click to call. I really recommend doing that. That's a really good idea. And Sophie also says, I only have the 3-month program for coaching. Haha, well, now it's hypno sessions. Yeah, I really recommend having multiple options because it just makes people feel a lot more free, and empowered, because they're like, oh yeah, I'm choosing this option, versus it's this or nothing. And in my experience, it increases the conversion rate significantly. Andrew says that's a great option. I like that. Good idea. Yeah. So, any more questions? Any more questions about any aspect of the sales process, about initial conversations, about making the sales process easy, about any tools? any questions. I'm going to finish in a minute, and I'm going to share with you an option to continue working with me if you'd like to, for those of you who aren't already working with me. How beautiful is this light? Gorgeous, huh? Do I recommend a website? I do recommend a website. I do recommend a website, but it's not the be all and end all, you know. My website actually doesn't get super much traffic. What gets the most traffic is my personal Facebook page. Yeah, that's what gets the most traffic. So it's a good thing to have, but it's not. You can have a successful business without having a website. But I think, like you and I talked about the other day, Andrea, the thing with a website, really, like the biggest shift that happened for me when I finished creating my website, which I originally built myself in WordPress, was that I saw myself in a different way. I saw myself as more legitimate. I got to clarify what I stood for and what my services were in the process of creating the website. And that was the true value. And it can be huge for overcoming imposter syndrome. Nancy says, I really like your transparent approach with pricing. Thank you, Jaimie. You're so welcome. What do you use to get your posts across your platforms? Great question. So I tend to post organically on Facebook. I have tested and also had team members test using Hootsuite to repurpose content across Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. Which I like. I like Hootsuite personally. Yeah. So I would recommend having a look at Hootsuite if you want an easy way to schedule a lot of content for multiple platforms. That's what I would recommend. Ruth says has clarified a lot. Yay! I'm so happy to hear. Nancy says, what about Instagram and Twitter? Yeah, Hootsuite you can use for Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And what you do is, let's say you're posting a piece of content, you just tick the different boxes. So you obviously log in across the multiple platforms. So it has the password for, it has the credentials for all of them. And then you just tick the ones that you want to add it on. Websites like a business card. Yeah, totally. It's just another business card, really. I used to think that, surely everyone would look at my website before working with me. And actually, I've had quite a few people sign up to programs with me who haven't even looked at my website. So, yeah, it's a nice to have. Like I said, it's great to have for you. And it's great for the people who will want to check out your website before they talk to you or before they sign up to a program, just to confirm your legitimacy. Yeah. And Andrea says agree. Yes, agree. Okay, amazing. So I'm going to share with you the option to keep working with me. I would love to continue supporting to continue supporting you. I'd love to continue supporting all of you. Whatever your business is, as long as it's a service-based business, I can absolutely support you. I have a huge amount of expertise in helping service-based businesses to thrive, to grow, to get more and better clients, to optimize their offerings, to optimize their marketing and optimize their sales process. There's a lot of testimonials on my website if you want to have a look at some of them. And the option that I've come up with is a 6-week group program, 6-week live group program, where we will have calls every single week. We'll have a 90-minute call every single week where you will jump on, and a bit like we've done today and a bit like we did yesterday, you will ask questions, you'll share your challenges, you'll share your opportunities, and you will get hot seat coaching and practical instant recommendations from me to move you forward. I've come up with an insanely accessible pricing for this. It's $497 including VAT. for the 6 weeks, so it's less than £100 a week. Which the only other thing that is available that is, well, I have 2 things that are available that's less than that. One is home study programs, which don't involve any live access to me, and another one is a 90-minute standalone call with me. So the 90-minute standalone call with me is more than that. It's slightly more than that. So you're basically getting 6 weeks of support from me for the same, slightly less. For slightly less, it's like 53 £53 or something less than a 90-minute call with me on Zoom. Yes, on Zoom, on video. Just bear in mind, you won't get private messaging access to me. You only get private messaging access to me if we are in a one-to-one program. Yes, I absolutely take credit card. You can pay via PayPal. Literally, if you want to sign up right this minute, just go to paypal.me/definitely/497 GBP. Make the payment and you'll be in. That's it. I want to make it super simple for you. I want to make it super practical. I won't be doing teaching. This is all practical implementation support to move you forward in your business and get you more sales and better sales. So if anyone has any questions, let me know. Start date we'll start next week. We will start next week so that, you've obviously got so much juicy goodness from this week. And we'll start next week to make sure that you have that accountability and you have that support starting almost straight away. We will find a time that works for everyone. So what I will do is, for those of you who want to do it, I will set up a group messenger, like a group in Messenger. And I will suggest some times, and whichever time gets all of the ticks from everyone who's part of it, that's what time we'll do. But most likely, from experience, the time that tends to work best between the US and the UK excuse me, will be about 1, 2 or 3 p.m. UK time, which is 8, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Eastern time. And it will be on a Monday, Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't generally work on Thursdays and Fridays, except for special occasions like this amazing call with you all today and yesterday. So if you're in, let me know. We will find a time that works. It'll be 1, 2 or 3 p.m. UK time, 8, 9 or 10 a.m. Eastern time. We will start next week, 497 GBP. If you want to sign up, just go to paypal.me/definitely/497 GBP. Sophie says I'm plus 7 hours in Singapore. Yeah, so we'll do our best to make that work as well. So if it's like 1, 2 or 3, that should be okay, right? I guess 3 would not be so good for you, Sophie, but 1 or 2 would be fine. So if you want to join, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, any final questions, let me know. What we will do in the program, just like, very, very practically, you will be able to share any challenges you're having with existing clients, any challenges or opportunities you're having with your leads, with generating leads or with handling the leads that are coming in. We will also talk about how you are managing your sales calls. So let's say you are about to have a call and you want to absolutely smash it. We will do some on-the-spot role play in the calls, which, even if I'm doing a role play with one of you, all of you will benefit. We'll have 90 minutes, like I said, each week. So that's a really good amount of time to make sure that you all have, plenty of support. We will also talk about things you can do from a marketing perspective to generate more leads and generate more buzz, and also speak to the pain points of your ideal clients right now. Like, people's pain points right now are different than they were pre-COVID. Yeah, their pain points are different, so you've got to be able to speak to that with your specific offerings and talk about why your offering is more important now than ever, and possibly even tweak your offering slightly. Okay, and so I will help you do all of that. Thank you so much, Sophie. Thank you. That's the link, Nancy. Alright, so you're in very safe hands. I'd love to continue supporting you. If you don't want to, no worries. I hope you enjoyed this week anyway. If you do, I am delighted and super excited to continue helping you and to facilitate the ripple effect that you get to have. And any questions, feel free to send me a PM. It has been an absolute pleasure to do this with you. I've really enjoyed running this challenge. I've really enjoyed making a difference to you. Andrea, no worries. You could start from week 2. That would be absolutely fine. You could start from week 2. And I'll see you very soon.